do you say we make things a little bit more interesting this time? What did you have in mind? If I win, I take that silver band from you're wearing. Alright. And if the house wins, I take your loot. Very well, I accept. Good. Carly. Friend. High. Low. Or 7. I'm now going to test this. I will say it's a high. You're certain? High. Alright. Take your first throw. You roll a 3. Now roll again. You roll a 5. That should be a high. 2 throws of the dice for a total of 8. That's high. You've won. Red stares at you for a moment, then removes the silver band and slides it across the table to you. Perhaps you'll afford me the chance to win this back later, Scow. Maybe, but actually no. So it's scripted, I guess, or I was lucky. I'm not entirely sure. I'm really not sure if it's scripted or I just was lucky. I have no idea. Anyway, wasn't this leading to... Oh, wait, I can actually burn this man. Cool. Eh, eh. Where is this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's... Eats... the gardens. Okay, let's change our outfit. Thief, go up, sleep. Go up, sleep, then the first thing I'm going to do is back into the kitchen to talk with the cook. And then I go to Gusto and the tally. Me going to sleep until 8 AM. There we go. Whoops. Since we have the entire thief set, means that, well, too long, it's actually dead. Anyway, we're gonna put on back the armor set. Then save. Then we go here. First go to the kitchen. She should be here now. Yep. What the? Oh, don't just stand there, my love. Come in. What are you cooking, Oma? I've got a pie in the oven. Will you try some? Just a little, Oma, if I may. It's cooling right now, but remind me to give you a taste before you go. Please, can you spare any food? What did you have in mind? Right, I remember. She sells me food. I have to say, need any? Thank you, but I'll manage. Make sure you do, love. You're wasting away. I think it's probably best if I go. Wait, Mouse. Here. The pie. Have a small taste of Rezia's food and feel reinvigorated. I guess that is helpful when you actually have no life. But we don't. No, we don't have any problems with that. Okay, let's go to Gusto and Fatali. Go, 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 go. Let's see if there's any honey here. They produce from time to time some honey. I can imagine that in the beginning they literally didn't have the option to make this set lighter so you could move faster. Considering they patched like for 5 years, so I could imagine that a lot of people were like, ah, this is horrible. And it's, don't get me wrong, it's still horrible. Like, it still feels horribly to walk around like this. Anyway, let's talk to them. You're back! Will you teach me one of your skills? Alright. So what do you want to learn? So the best part is they tell you what this is. Alright, I'll explain it one more time. I can show you how to more quickly recover your stamina when you are exhausted. Alright, so what can we teach you? I'm not gonna read all of that, I'm just going... The long drop basically means I can do that. Keen ears. Remind him, Gusto, there's a way to sense when an enemy is nearby. Perhaps later. It's really mean. You have to watch out because they change, like... They change, like, these settings of, like, accepting and not. Well, hello there. 1 second. Ah, yes. The wonderful bots of botting in the bot. Bot. Anyway, let's do an audio save as well, since I'm actually doing this here. Okay. Strong arms. Let's get this. Alright, stand back. Fatali demonstrates her special throwing technique. Alright then, that's it for now. That's all you're gonna give me? Didn't I level like 2 or 3 times? That's all you're gonna do? You're not gonna give me more? I still don't want to give them the disguises. I don't, but I want to try this out. I'm going to save. So I can save it anyway. Like, I just want to know what happens if I give them those. Here, I have the disguises we need. Is that so? Not bad. I'll stash them away. See, Gusto? And you said he was useless. Do you want my help or not? Ah, we're only jesting. We don't like somebody, we tell them to their face. Or stab them in the back. Alright. What skill can we show you? Ah. Well, what was the search again? Ah, the search was stamina recovery. I think I'm gonna go with this. Yes. Gusto teaches you how to quickly restore your stamina by controlling your breathing. Alright then, that's it for now. What's next on the list? At midnight on the 10th day on a moonless night at Pyram's Landing, we'll be met by our contact. What? Big Jeff, the smuggler. He'll be waiting in his skiff just offshore. We'll need a thief's whistle to call them. Wait, a thief's whistle? What's that? It's used by members of the Thieves Guild to communicate in secret. We did get accepted into the guild? It's just I thought they rejected our application, and that's why we formed our own guild. It was just a clerical error. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we had to ditch ours on the way in here. Tossed it in the Thundercrab's pen down in the harbor. Right under the guards' noses. See if you can find it. Alright, let's see what I can do. The fun part, I already have this whistle. Again, I'm going to save and see what happens, because at some point I don't really want to leave this. Like, they say at a specific day they will leave, and I'm like, I don't want a limit to the time I can play here just because of that. So let's just see. Shh, he's here. Here, I have your thieves with whistle. Good. What's that smell? Alright. So what do you want to learn? I guess the keen ears. We'll go over it again. There's a way to sense the enemies nearby. I can teach you that. Yeah, sure. Alright, this one's not easy to learn, and for every thief, it's a little different. It's like opening yourself to the world around you. It's sense, its sounds, and letting a picture of it grow in your mind's eye. Wow, that is not helpful at all. It helps if you really crouch down like you're sneaking. For me, For me, it looks like a glowing aura. Give it a try with the guard outside. I would. I just can't sneak with this outfit at all. Like, need to take it off. Okay, I see. Okay, oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, if it's really necessary to, let's see what they have to say. Mm, you're back. So then, what else do we need? One last thing, we could use a compass. Why? I have a good sense of direction. You want to be out in the moors without a compass when the fog comes rolling in? You know, the frog down into jail? The Valen? Valen frogs. The frogs of Vela represent the lake's only indigenous culture, and their knowledge of the lake's currents and winds is greatly prized. Only the most foolhardy of captains would dare to attempt to navigate the lake's treacherous waters without a Valian frog among the crew. Okay? Say, he has a compass hidden in his cell. He's alright in his way. Aye, there's something off the rogue about him. But don't cross him. He's one to hold a grudge. Alright. Aye, and with that in mind, you'll be better off not mentioning we sent you. Okay, so I can safely do these quests. Except for this one, which I feel like is basically the last quest in the quest line. Okay, let's see. Okay, okay, I need to bring this back to Silas. We still need to find a loggerhead. And we still need a few night mushrooms. This is probably going to be... Okay. Also this. Identify the 5 guards working as smugglers by order of the commander. The smithy bid you meet him on the shore. Meet the blacksmith on the cliffs. But only at night. Okay, and first things first, we go to Silas. Okay. We also have to go back to the footlockers since we also have that key. So I can change now my outfit. Bum ba da 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 dum bum ba dum ba da ba da dum bum ba dum. I just noticed something. Why is that? I'm very sorry. Wait for a second. Yeah, it's not okay. One moment. Let's see. Hmm. Dun, 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 dun. I wonder. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-dum. I wonder if it's just a problem. Hmm. Oh, weird. Hmm. And there you are. Good. Now you're here, where you belong. Strange. Anyway, sorry about that. I had to take care of something important. Right, here, talk to Silas. Tilo, you're back. And I have the silver ring from the mice. And I have news, great news. A prison transport is due to make rest stop here on its way to Yuba. Mera is with them. You're certain? Aye, I'm sure of it. Her name is on the ship's manifest. It's due to make harbor any time now. The harbor. How do we get there? You can take the elevator all the way down, or follow the path from the far tower. Good speed, Mouse. Silas, thank you for all that you have done. I'm glad I could do right by you. Go on, now. You know where I am if you need me. Wait, the silver band. Do not pull the band from the pouch and toss it to Silas. You throw like a mouse. Oh well, I'm a mouse. Hilo, what are you doing? Mara will be waiting. Okay, that is interesting. This can't go right. There's no reason that this would go right. Anyway, let's think. Let's think. Meet the prison transport and find Mara. I can't imagine that it just goes like that. Hmm. Eh, uh, go I can easily reach this from here. Okay, what time is it? Okay. I will put on this armor. Then we go back to see if we can collect some mushrooms. It's a bit weird, like, you get this and all I can say, like, I didn't believe it that we just gonna meet Mara and escape. It feels too easy, if I'm perfectly honest. Oh, wait. I'm a silly boy. The way to the other side of the garden is at the top. My. Let's see if I still need sticks. Nope. Okay, outside here there are no guards, so therefore I can change into something more comfortable. Music, 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 music. I don't know how fast the respawn rate for mushrooms is, but I know they're respawning. They do respawn. I know that. Sorry, I'm spamming this because... Hello, Epitune. How are you doing? Mushroom. Badger. Seems not to have respawned any mushrooms yet. Kinda stupid. How's the lovely blue cat? The lovely blue cat has a headache and it's not funny. Otherwise, I'm doing alright. You're doing alright. I'm glad. You are doing alright. There. More mushrooms. Yikes. Yeah, well, happens, right? Okay. Then we go back. Go back, but not this way. Yeah, this is a little bit faster recovery of stamina. That's really cool. How is Team Fortress? 2. How's Team Fortress 2 handling you, treating you, actually treating? Hello, sir. Steaming handkerchief. I don't even know if they... I wonder if they actually have respawning mushrooms, or it's actually just these mushrooms, exactly the amount that I need. It's good, I suppose. I'm planning on getting back into competitions, so there's that. I'm looking forward to that. Well, you certainly are really good at the game. When I'm listening to about what you're telling me when you're playing the game. As long as the toxic people not getting to you, it's alright. Learn to ignore them. I tried. I tried to do that with mild success, at least to some degree. At some point, it just still sticks to you. But if you are able to constantly ignore it, then even better. Well, hello, Bob. We don't have to do that, Bob. I already did the audio check. You know, I also have quite the tolerance to toxic people. I really do. But then, like, at some point, I'm just like, all I want is just to play the game. And why can't people just do that as well? Stop being stupid about it. Okay, there is nothing here. These are the day mushrooms. Now I need to find the mushrooms at night. If I want to do that in a good manner, I probably need to go make it evening first. Yeah, that's understandable. Red Jam. Hello there, Coffee Siphon. How are you doing? People can be incredibly toxic in video games for no reason at all. Mostly the most toxic people are actually just stupid people, to be honest. It's less about people like throwing insults around. It's more people who think like they are the god game and everybody needs to support them and then cry about it if they get like caught off guard and killed, and it is absolutely obvious why it happened. They just don't accept it. That is more of the problem. Are we talking about of League of Legends? We are talking about any online game. The source of the main character syndrome. I think a lot of people have the main character syndrome regardless. As soon as you play like any kind of cooperative or competitive PvP game, Everybody thinks like they are the best god gamer in existence. Except they are not. No, they are not. Look, I played for a long time Smite, and you can compare Smite to League of Legends, except Smite is not as toxic as Smite. Luckily, very luckily, like Smite is a far cry from League of Legends toxicity. But even there you have like these people. And it's just not fun. It's not fun because all you want to do is play a match, have good fights. Like all I want when I played Smite, all I wanted was like, I wanna play a match, I wanna have good fights, and I didn't really care if we won or lost, because there is no benefit in winning. Because all the things you can gain when it comes to stuff that you can earn through playing is based on time. So it doesn't matter if you win or lose. So I always go with the stance in, I just want to play and have a good match and have good fights and cool situations and challenging situations. But not like, I really want to win this match. The only reason and the only point when I actually feel like I want to win the match is when there's a temporary quest that says like win a map or like win this amount of matches. Then yes, then I care. But otherwise I do not. League of Legends used to be fun back in my high school days. That imaginary win for dopamine boost. That's why I play mostly offline games and PvE online games. Yeah. Like when I play a PvP game and I want to win, then there must be a good reason for it. Like literally, if there's no reason to really win, then I don't feel I have this what would you call it? Ambition to actually win, because I'm not getting anything out of it. That doesn't mean I'm playing that doesn't mean I play extra badly. Not at all. I just play normally and do my best. That's all I do. I mean, I had people who played with me and felt like I should have a little bit more ambition than just playing the game. And yeah, that's great. It's just like I see zero motivation to put effort plus into my gameplay when I don't get anything out of it. And most of the time when I put effort plus into my gameplay, that's an interesting reflection there. What the heck? Then then I often overdo it, and then I actually play worse because I overdo it. Some online games I play even have an offline mode when I feel like playing alone instead of dealing with randos. I mean, if I feel like I'm getting good at the game, I would be having a great time. Like my time invested in the game paid off. Yeah. That's the other thing. If you play anything like a MOBA game or something and you really want to have a good time, you literally just need the people with you. People you know. What in the heck is going on? Okay. Like, if you don't have a team of people you already know and trust, then, well, not gonna have a good time because you get randos. There is, of course, there is always the time when you get like a rando team together and it just works. And I love when that happens. Just 5 people coming together. They have no idea who the other person is. They play together and it just works. It's great teamwork. Everybody has fun with it. That's amazing. But that's the rarity. It doesn't happen often. But when it happens, it's amazing. And also a lot of people who are toxic have like this stance of like, you play this game, so therefore you must have the expertise in this game. Like, this is the first time you play the game, I don't care. You need to know everything in this game and you need to flawlessly execute everything you do. And it's such a dumb stance. Like, I don't mind if I play with people who are, like, new to the game and they make, like, mistakes. I'm not going around and tell people, like, oh, you're shit, like, your build is shit, and you play shit, and, like, what does that do? What does that help in any shape or form? It doesn't. That doesn't help at all. Like, I'd rather see that someone is bad at the game and give them a tip how to improve. And I do that. Like, oh, okay, we have a tank, but this tank doesn't understand that there's an ability that allows them to heal us. So I'm not going to scream and shout at them and say they're an idiot. Instead, I say like, hey, it would be cool if you would heal us. If you use this ability, you can do that. And guess what? 90% of the time, it simply works and they instantly improve their gameplay. Who knew? How strange if you just treat people normal instead of pissing them off. Eat red mushrooms, Anakin. Yes, Anakin, do that. Anakin, you're dead. I really don't get it. Like, why do people just think it's better to insult other people? It's not gonna motivate them to improve their gameplay. It's quite the opposite. They will be like insulted. They will go like, okay, I will just play less. Or even against my own team. It's just stupid. Okay, I need to go there. Therefore, I need to go to the barrel room. The barrel room. I need to go back to the smithy. No, everybody needs to be amazing. First time in the game? I don't care. You already have 10 years experience with this game now, right? No, you don't. The best part is like the absolute best part in everything is this. You play the same game for years. And guess what? Even with all that experience, you might have bad matches where you just play bad, not because you want to play bad, it just doesn't work out. Like, the situations don't get there where you could actually be useful. You cannot actually you cannot actually attack in a useful way because the entire enemy team is like counter to you. It's like these matches happen to everybody. And even then, I get like insults of like, yeah, you're shit. And it's like, look at you. And you have like 0 kills so far. And I'm like, yeah, what do you want? We have a tank who is not tanking. I have other people who give me not the opportunity to do what I should be doing. I cannot get near the enemy team because they have all ranged attacks and keep me away. Or they have tons of crowd control and I can't do shit. Like, what do you expect? It doesn't matter if I'm great or I'm good with this character. If I can't get the situations to do so, then yes, I will be shit. Like, I'm not playing a tank character. What do you expect me to do? Play a tank character? It's like, But that's basically the expectations people have. Like, what? Your role is not tank? Play a tank. Oh, okay. It's so straight. Like, oh, okay. That makes perfect sense, right? In Smite that I played, there was literally, like, in Smite, there was literally, like, let's see, I think a year ago, they changed some things. They wanted to buff the tanks, and so they did. And the problem with that is they buffed the tank and they removed a lot of damage stats on tank gear. So tank gear was more geared towards actual tanks. Like there's almost non-tank, non-armor stuff in the game that also gives you power anymore, which it had before that patch. But instead, they also offered a specific tank item that literally transfers defense into offense. And because of that, we saw a change in meta. And the new meta was like, cool, I'm an assassin. Or cool, I'm a warrior. Or, okay, warriors are like off tanks in Smite. But, like, you're an assassin, or you are an assassin, or you are a mage, or you are a hunter. These are all damage classes. And what we saw is a ton of them started to build full tank and then add this one item that converts defense into offense. Not 1-to-1, but still, it's so OP that you literally have damage dealer in an enemy team that barely take any damage anymore, but strangely enough, they push damage like hardcore. And the worst part is if you have tank build assassins, because now assassins can simply just jump into a group of enemies, easily survive 5 people punching them, and yet still kill them, or at least 1 or 2 people of them. And it's just retarded, because that's just dumb. Because now you're forced to build penetration builds against not only the tanks, but also against assassins or damage dealers, because they build this, because otherwise you will not deal enough damage to them. And it just screwed the entire meta up, at least from my perspective. Now, of course, Smite 2 is in the works, and there they build everything from the ground up again. change also some stats around and so on. I didn't have the chance yet to actually try it out, but they also didn't really change what I wish they would change. You know? Tank with hypermobility, 4000 HP, 300 armor, magic resist, and can press a button and translate all that defense stats into attack damage. Did you know League of Legends removed the only item that grants you damage against high HP tanks? That's very stupid. Yeah, that's the other thing. With the tank patch, we also saw a lot of tanks suddenly deal so much damage. Like, you have lit. It wasn't. It became almost uncommon to. It became uncommon, but almost common to see tanks literally do the average damage of damage dealers, if not beyond that. Which is just stupid. The item used to give you 50% damage to enemies with high HP than you. Yeah, that is usually good against high defense builds. High HP builds. Yeah, you should always have like one of that item there, because some people build like huge HP builds. Now the item is just a shell of what it used to be. Yeah. They also did this. They also did this to some degree in Smite, where they also reduced these kind of items. There's like one item that simply does that, yes. And they also changed like in Smite there are two systems to reduce defense. One is penetration, which is flat penetration, so it just removes this amount number from the defense. And then there's percentage penetration. In both cases with all stats, there's a cap, of course. And they moved these stats around on items. They also moved a lot more percentage penetration items away and made it more flat penetrations. Which is kind of stupid, because you have to think about this. In Smite, the maximum of armor is, let me lie, probably like 325 or something like that, okay? But the thing is this, if someone has 100 defense, it's literally like 50% of the actual damage gets through. So damage dealer by default without special with special effects or items usually go around 80 to 90. Tanks of course go higher. But now you have to think about this. So the stat of 100 is 50% damage reduction. 150 is 65, I think, or 60. No, it's 50. At 150 it's like 60. At 200 it's 65. So you see, it gets lower in percentage blocking of damage the higher you go. But because of the whole tank patch and so on, you see a lot of tanks running around with 250 to 300 defense in magic and physical damage, and also push like over damage dealer average damage out. So when you play Smite, you say like usually the damage output for damage dealer on average is usually between 20,000 and between 20, let's say an average around of 25,000, right? But it's just stupid when you see, oh, here is a full built tank that literally goes to 300 armor rating, but at the same time push 35,000 damage. That is beyond the average of damage dealers, but at the same time he's also almost unkillable. And that's just stupid. The only item that is effective against HP enemies isn't even that good, generally, because not a lot of champions can build that item. Like champions that have fixed attack speed. The armor you get, the less effective it becomes. Yeah, makes sense. See, what I would do to fix this whole problem is that I would say armor items, defense items are only for tanks. And a specific part of those tank items can be also accessed by warriors. Now, warriors are like this role of an off tank, so they can tank if there's no other tank there. You can also play a warrior and build it as a tank. But they're also physical damage dealers as well. So you can build them as pure damage dealer, hybrid, or as a replacement tank, or as an off tank. So I feel like that tank items really should purely go to only the Guardian class, which is the tank class in Smite, and only specific amounts of those armor defense items should be available to warriors, so they can basically replace a tank, but not being as efficient as a tank. Like, I don't know, if they go full build on tank items they have at their disposal, they would be like 70 to 80% like a full tank. That would be good, because then any damage class has no access to any defense items. And you can easily fix this by simply saying their basic natural defense stat is just gonna be higher at maximum level. To kind of a little bit giving them a push to survive more things. It's just not acceptable that tanks literally are now damage dealers and at the same time full tank builds. It's not acceptable that assassins literally can build full tank and still deal crazy amounts of damage at the same time. It's not fun. It's also a stupid meta. Arguments with tanks dealing more damage in general that I know is that because they cannot be insta-killed and can stay in combat for much longer than non-tanks. What? End up dealing more sustained damage than the carries because regular carries just explode when they get caught before they can dish out any effective damage. The argument with tanks dealing more damage in general. What do I understand in is that because they cannot be insta-killed and can stay in combat for much longer than non-tanks? What is they? Meanwhile, I'm going to loot this. But I have a footlock here. Is it extremely specific? Actually specific. Okay. Didn't expect that. My bad. Yeah. 10. Is that because tanks cannot be insta-killed and can stay in combat for much longer than non-tanks? Now I need to know what that is supposed to mean. Augment tanks dealing more damage. You say, is that because tanks cannot be insta-killed and can stay in combat for much longer than non-tanks? What is that? What does that define? I think you have to rephrase this all in a sentence again, because it doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Okay. Handle. Anyway, okay, I did the thing with the foot locker, that's okay. Rat. Down. There. Right. Let's save. Wah. Wah. No one hurt. Yeah. Oh no. Stand still. Yeah, I already stole everything from you. Cool. There we go. Okay. Change my clothing here. Can I? I think I can't. Wait, that is not the way to... Oh, wait. Oh, what is... Oh, mushroom. Cool. Oh, oh wait. It's correct, but I just need to go to this other place. Suddenly music. Oh, it's you, Mouse. Are you all right, sir? Yes, I. You know, Mouse, I am here. Please, would you care to tell me? I was, for many years, the Baron's personal physician, the finest apothecarist in all of Murday. I sat at his court, and the noble rats of Pesta saw me as their equal, until one evening I was called to the Baron's chambers. It was a case of ringtail, nothing more serious than that. The ointment I applied was my own concoction. It had proven most effective in other cases, but alas. Please go on. And so I was sent here to Dunlan Heights, an opportunity to reflect upon my carelessness, the Baron called it. It wasn't long before the jailer brought me to this chamber and put me to work. I've served my sentence a dozen times over, but while there's another batch of rotgut brewing. The jailer and his master will never let me leave this place. Here, I have the specimens of all 12 mushrooms. Mushrooms? Ah, excellent. Now here. Apothecarist offers you a small blackish-brown cake. Eat this. What is it? Just eat it. Alright. Pop the cake into your mouth and chew. It tastes of ash and bile. Disgusting. Anything? What do you mean? Any tightness in your chest? Shooting pains along your tail? Blindness? No? Perhaps a pinch more of cat's tooth will do. Cat's tooth? But isn't cat's tooth poisonous? All things are poisonous if one consumes enough of them. Uh-huh. You again. Look what you've done to me. I don't follow. My ears, they're huge. You know, big ears are considered very desirable amongst the jerboa of the Peridian Desert. An equatorial desert high above the sea level, the Peridian Desert possesses the most arid climate in all of Pangaea. The desert's sole inhabitants are the hardy jerboa, notably for their usually large ears, used to radiate heat in the desert winds. The jerboa are an ancient and cultured tribe, accomplished in mathematics, fearsome in battle, and absolutely adorable. Indeed, their civilization has endured where so many have fallen for this simple fact. It's hard to stay angry with the Jerboa even as their warriors are impaling you atop the forest walls. Okay. Do I look like a Jerboa to you? You do, indeed. I think it's the ears that do it. Sigh. Oh, very well. Muttering to himself, the apothecarist rummaged through the bottles and earthenware pots that clutter his table. With a sudden flourish, he snatches up a jar of ointment and applies a generous daub of its contents to each of your ears. There, I bestow upon you the mediocrity you so crave. I don't know. I didn't actually even observe the ears. Funny. So what do you have to report of the world beyond these walls? Sir, the jailer is dead, murdered and tossed into a well. Murdered? No more than he deserved. Forgive me, but I should go. Okay, I guess that's all you have to do. Thought we would do more here. Funny. Okay, let's see. Coffee, are you still there? Blacksmith on the cliffs. Roses. Find the missing dots. Okay. I thought you're gonna write like a sentence or something. Did you just get angry about that I didn't get it? You know, what we last discussed, I was just hoping that you would just rephrase the entire sentence so it makes sense to me. I know it's annoying, but if you want a clear answer to that, then I need to understand what exactly you wanted to say there. Go back up. Champion do damage. Tinky champion live longer. Equals do more damage. Yes, but the thing is, I guess you say that to the thing when I say like tanks do more damage than they should, I guess. Hmm? Wanna go to the catacombs again? Yes. What is the best way to go there? And, I think actually I can just take the elevator. That's the easiest thing to do. And squishies deal a lot of damage. Squishies have no HP or resistance. Equals die faster, deal less damage. Yeah, but you have to consider this. Now, let's say you have a match. And I mean like a non-MOBA map. Where on average a match lasts around 20 to 25 minutes. Like guaranteed because of the match setting. That makes it impossible to go really longer than that. And when I see the average damage numbers of tanks going drastically up in this mode, where they are like not like playing longer and therefore have more damage done, then it's just silly. Otherwise, I get your point. Like, yeah, okay, tanks die less. therefore they have more uptime to deal damage. I get it. And squishies die faster because they have less defense, therefore they deal less damage. The thing that prevents squishies from doing anything is that everyone just tunnel visions the squishies every time they show up on the same screen. That is correct. But there you have the difference between someone who understands how to get out of this kind of situation and the people who are not as good and just die. So if I have a squishy of someone who has the experience how to deal with this situation, then they will escape. But the ones who are not good with it, they will die. Low mobility ADCs. Well, I can only speak for I can only speak for Smite, so sure I played League of Legends, but everything in League of Legends is slow. Like most characters in League of Legends are by default slow. There are exceptions, of course, but in general everybody's slow. I want to go down to the catacombs. I need this. The thing with League of Legends nowadays is that thanks to the 200 years of collective game design treatment, every new champion have some sort of mobilities that can close the gap. Yeah, it's also the problem that most new champions are often just a culmination of existing champions. They're just like getting very similar abilities of existing champions. In Smite you see this effect as well, where a lot of newer gods literally just get every time, like everybody gets like CCs and CCs and CCs and CCs, and it's just really annoying. Making ADCs rely on their team more than ever to just survive. Well, I guess the basic idea is that they want to make you play more as a team, which is the basic idea of a PvP match, which most people ignore. But I get the problem. I mean, you have already a toxic community that doesn't want to play together, right? That doesn't help that tenacity, the stat that reduce your CC duration, got nerfed to the ground. Yeah, like I said, like Smite has a similar problem where everything has now CC. And it's just garbage. What is this? Is this my way around? Oh yeah, that's my way around. Airborne effect used to be a treatable ailment. See, that is something else that bothers me in Smite, and I honestly hope from the bottom of my heart that they fix that in Smite 2. See, in Smite 2, in Smite, in the first game, you have damage effects on the ground, right? AoE on the ground. The weirdest part is in Smite, it is like almost RNG if this AoE on the floor is hitting you when you pass over it in the air. So you have certain gods that simply can like leap over this or fly over this and get no damage. And then there are other people who just simply jump over this and get damage. And the latter is bullshit. It makes no sense that a damage area on the floor damages you when you clearly jump over it. It shouldn't be. And I hope they fix that in the second game. The champions that can inflict insufferable numbers of airborne effect suddenly become stronger. Yeah. That sucks. You know what also is dumb in Smite? So you get stunned for 1 second, you die. Yeah. You know what also bothers me in Smite 1? So, rooting, right? The name itself has the word in it. You get rooted to the ground. And guess what? So, let's say you have literally, as the best example, a character that has an ability to root you with a root. But it does matter. It's like, it's a root ability and they throw it at you, and yet you can jump away. So there's a character who can jump backwards, and when this character is getting rooted, they can jump backwards. They're just still getting rooted when they land for the time being. But my point is like, that makes no sense. Like, when you get rooted to the ground, why can you use your ability to jump backwards? That is stupid. You shouldn't. That should just not exist. This is so stupid. The same with damage. When the damage is on the floor and you jump over it, like I said, then you shouldn't take damage. On the other hand, if you have an AoE, let's say uh, let's say the ability is a hurricane. Okay, it's a small hurricane, but let's say it's a hurricane and I jump over it, through it, then yes, I would agree you should take damage because it goes up in the air and can hit you. But if the damage itself isn't going up, is just on the ground, then you should never take damage when you jump over it. Tristana has a very long jump. Yeah, she does. Tristana is really good at surprising enemies. So we have also a catacomb cube, but I'm not sure if I can actually go in the middle of this. Kind of weird. What the heck? This bird wasn't there before. Hello, bird. but she has a half-second cast time on her jump. So when people know when they are about to get CC, they time the cast timer to just buff the jump and override the CC. Yeah, makes sense. So now my question is, can I get rid of this spider? Okay. It deals some damage to the spider, but it's not good enough. That sucks. Okay. Great. All my bottles are gone. Probably for nothing? Oh, no. Okay, cool. Music, are you alright? Cast time cannot be interrupted, but she can still be knocked away while jumping. Yeah. You have returned as promised, but I sense you come in search of answers. Tell me more about your life. But I think... Yeah. I already asked all the questions necessary. How do I get in there? That's the question. Is this possible? Yeah. I feel like I can cheat the game with this. Look at this bullshit. I have a feeling I'm not supposed to go in there. Think. Wasn't there like a switch on the floor for the middle? Somewhere? No, apparently not. So there must be more. Huh? Must be more. Whoops. They blocked it off. They blocked it off. How dare they? Huh. That's kind of confusing. It's kind of confusing since there must be more to this place, because I'm still missing some. I'm still missing some ashes here. And also orbs? Maybe? I found 2 out of the 3 missing guards. Which is kind of strange. Kind of have an idea where one of the guards might be. Potentially. Catacombs. Problem is, these guys shouldn't respawn. Yeah. Okay. Good. Coffin. Alright. That is right. I have a feeling one of them is there. But can you actually make the jump? Can you actually make that jump? You can definitely not make that jump. How strange. Dead mouse. Well, that didn't work out. Just hate how the champion that I play a lot get obsolete. Yeah. New champions got all the e-girl theme, flashy, revealing outfit and much better skills. Yeah, I mean, that's more or less what always happens, right? So the longer the game goes on, all the characters stay the same. Didn't... I don't know. Does Riot redesigns of existing champions? Because in Smite, from time to time, they redesign all the gods to adjust better to the current meta. And suddenly everyone got mobility. More mobility than the champ I play. Yeah. So Smite is doing that from time to time. They literally just take an old character, give it a better avatar, better skin, default skin. They also usually adjust or rework some of the abilities because they are like so old that they are literally not like work well anymore with the current meta. They did revamp some old champions and give them new abilities, new look and models. Okay. heavy urn. Wait, wait, wait. Go back there. Okay. The question is, maybe I need to go from this direction instead of the other. Now the question is, I think I'm too far with this. But most of them are still gathering dust in the closet because doing so does not bring them enough money as cash grab, skin line, and gadget shops. I mean, they can always make like skins for the older characters that are more flashy, interesting. Did you know how they celebrate the anniversary of the best League of Legends in the world? They give him an exclusive overall skin thing that costs $500. Yeah, that was a shitty move by Riot. But also, it doesn't help, like, when people were like, we ban now this character and will not play it. Like, it's not going to help, just saying. I mean, in general, it's clear. It's not the right thing to do, but then to say just because that exists, to then ban this champion out of frustration is just not going to change anything. They have the spirit, but it's not gonna change anything. Like, what will you get out of that? Nothing. Except people who actually enjoy playing the champion are getting punished for enjoying a champion that was randomly chosen to be the poster child for capitalism. Is that fair? I don't think so. Won't change the fact that most people paying for the skins are in Asia. Mostly China. Yeah, and does it matter from which country they come? Did you know that Riot is owned by a Chinese company? Shocking, right? Right. China is also undergoing a huge economic up thing, whatever. Like more people getting more, earning more money than ever. So therefore, a lot of people are like into this whole thing of like, yeah, I need luxury things to be amazing. I mean, not all. You have also the poor people, which getting more poor by the second. India has a very similar situation where you have like the upper class getting far more modern and better payment and everything, while the poor class still suffers being more poor every day. Like, the class is moving apart, as usually happens when a country goes into a new stage. A pine cone. Cool. Finally. Of course, they won't listen to some people in another region complaining about the pricing. The root of corruption runs deep. They're also trying to see how far they can push it. It's not a good thing. And if they see people are doing it, then they have even more reason to keep doing it. Also, Riot is huge by this point. Reason Riot has its own series of the game. It's the reason why Riot has given its license to multiple studios to make multiple games related to League of Legends. Is that can't be the entrance. Where am I? Okay. Like, how is the player whose name is literally being milked for profit while he get none of the royalties, and how he has not complained about this? I don't know. We don't know what is happening behind the scenes. There could be many reasons for that. Could literally just be their contract. That he gets a one-time payment and they just can do whatever they want with that. It's not like an uncalled, unheard strategy that companies pull off to save money. Should I be here? Should I actually go down there? Did I come from here? No, actually I'm going forward. You know, it's the same thing. As long as you have people paying the prices, then it's getting done. It's sad to some degree, but it's also understandable. Like, the same applies to art, right? So you have an artist who charges like $2,000 for commission, and most people will be like, how dare you? How can you do this? But he has people who pay him $2,000 per commission. So he keeps doing it. It makes perfect sense. Like, there's no reason to lower your price when you have actual people buying it. Why would you? Like, sure, you can still say like, I'm doing commissions like light on lower prices as well, the high priced ones. So he already has enough money, but still, it's a poor attempt of promoting and celebrating a player's image. Because not using skins is what he is known for, and they are celebrating by creating the most expensive skin. Yeah, you know, sometimes for some people it's just enough. Like he could just be like, yeah, I'm immortalized into League of Legends with this skin. That is cool enough for me. On top with a one-time payment. I don't need royalties. We don't know. Like we literally don't know. We do not know what happened behind the scenes and what the contract in itself is and why he agreed to these terms and conditions for this. That's the problem. We can only stand here and make assumptions about that. Demon King skin my ass. It would be funnier if they give that skin exclusively to him, so only one person owns that skin. Yeah, but then they don't make money. They want to make money, of course, but we all know that. Look, you have the existing same dumb shit, right, with skins, regardless. Like, there are also these limited exclusive skins that are like, we give them out only at this event, or we only give it out to these specific people because they won a specific event, and stuff like that. That's also stupid. Like, sometimes it's not even that crazy skin, and all you get is like, oh, you want that skin? Well, too bad that you weren't here 2 years ago. That's also something I feel like is just dumb. Like, cool. I just happen not to be there at this moment when you gave it out, so, well, get fucked me. How else would they fund their MMOs and fighting games and Arcane Season 2? Yeah, and like I said, Riot at this point makes a shit ton of good money. Of course they do, because they're also doing this for a long time and they're also sponsoring esports events. So of course, when you have too much, then you can expand on that, right? God damn it. I don't need to go over there. There's no reason for me to go over there. There must be more. There must be more in this catacomb. There must be more. They have the best animators and the worst executives and game designers. Game engine is older than half the player base. Yeah. I wouldn't. I'm actually surprised that literally they haven't already announced like League of Legends 2. Like Smite took 11 years. Actually, it's gonna be 12 years. Like it took them now almost 11 years to recreate their game in Unreal Engine 5. And it's gonna take them an additional year of closed and open alpha slash beta testing before they release Smite 2. And even then they are forced to literally continue with Smite 1 because they cannot expect that everybody is just going to play the second version of it. But yeah. And when you follow like the development of Hi-Res with Smite 2, you see how much limited Smite 1 was. Like, Smite 1 has an audio limitation. And as dumb as it sounds, like every step is an audio source, right? So you have like 5 versus 5, and then you have 10 gods, 20 feet, and then because it is limited with the amounts of sounds it can play at the same time, you encounter situations where there is like something going on, like a battle on something, and you can actually not hear other god like using an ability or approach you from a side because the audio is not playing. They fixed this with Smite 2 because now they have more audio channels and it's not a problem anymore. But in Smite 1 you could encounter this situation of like you just didn't hear this person because there is not enough audio channels to do so. Imagine that bullshit. And that bullshit, by the way, is also happening in Apex Legends. Exactly the same problem. Also, Smite 1 has no spatial audio, aka you have no idea from which direction the audio is coming. In Smite 2, they fixed that. So now you exactly can hear if someone is like behind you on the left side, behind you on the right side, and so on. But you also have environment that is dampening the audio or even muffling or almost silencing audio, which is also good because it gives you the chance to sneak up on people. Where in 1 you couldn't do that because the audio just goes through the environment. It just shows how much an engine can limit a game over time. Like back then, it didn't matter much, but then like down the line after 5 to 10 years, it makes a difference when suddenly there's a better version of the same engine. And I was like saying a few years ago, like a friend of mine, like I want them to literally remake the entire game because there are so many problems in this game. They just like need to do this. And then they did, which is great. But then again, I'm at this point where I feel like I'm not sure if I will continue playing Smite. Like, if I get the chance to try out Smite 2, I will. But it's no guarantee that I will continue playing it. Okay, so I didn't really get much out of this, which is kind of shit. I guess I have to What is the smartest way to approach this? Okay, then we go first up. That makes most sense. This is down. We need to go up. And Riot simply refuses to do so while sitting on their throne of money. Yeah. It's sad, but what do you want to do? Like, also, you don't know. Like, they could literally be working on a League of Legends 2 in the background. There's a possibility for that. I don't know. If that's the case, then there's even less reason to actually invest much into League of Legends 1. Wait, there. There, but I also need night. It is night, by the way. Congratulations. Okay. To some degree, yes. They could just be sitting there and be like, well, it doesn't matter. Like, enough people play the game, enough people pay for the game. There's no reason to put too much effort into older stuff, like revamping older champions or fixing like much of the game that most people are complaining about, because we see enough people playing it, so therefore just because we have a few of those that are complaining, we can overlook that. Of course, that is not in the interest of the player, that is absolutely clear. But as a company, it's always about the money. As much as we hate to hear that. Music. Okay. Oh no. There. There we go. There you are. Quiet. You're being followed. Head a ways down to the shore. Try and give them a slip. Give them the slip. Meet me back here in half an hour. Lose whoever is following you. Huh? Nobody is following me. And if they are following, they literally have to sneak past you. Like, what? Bro. Right, if I can. Riot is not an indie company anymore. They were at the beginning. They are not anymore. So therefore, yeah. We talked about this, and Riot would be still an indie developer, then yeah. Is even less the reason to behave like this. Return to the smithy. Return to the smithy or to the smith? Return to the smithy. Okay. Well, first and foremost, let's just go up here. I think I passed the point. Yeah, okay. Was like I remember there was something there. Mouse, go up. Go, go, go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Calm down. I was beginning to think you weren't coming, Mouse. Dude, you just told me to run like half a way down there. Who was that? Why were they following me? Here. Smithy gives you a scrap of paper, a strange symbol scrawled across it in ink. You recognize this? No, I've not seen it before. It's the sign of the master and his smugglers, the way he marks what's his. His lackeys have it etched into the back of their ovals. Find the 5 ovals bearing that mark, and you'll have your 5 smugglers. They are not just going to offer them to you, though. You have some work to do first to win their trust. Why are you telling me this? Because I don't like the way they do things. These smugglers, wretched sewer rats. There's no honor to it. Sewer rats. Seen them coming and going from the sewers late at night. Reckon that's where they're working out of. Find the mark down there, and you'll know you're on the right track. Listen, Mouse. He'll cut your throat soon as he look at you. The master will. So be careful how you're asking these questions, and how and who you're asking them to. Well, not speak of this again. Down there, what ship is this? That is the wreck of the Lake Witch. She was a fine vessel. So they say, the scourge of the Red Paw. She looks so forlorn lying there. Aye, she does that. What happened to her? At night, in a storm, near tore her keel off against rocks. Then ran aground there some 20 years ago. What happened to her crew? Can't say. The Lake Witch, wasn't that Captain Powderkeg's ship? You've heard of him then, of his adventures? Aye, though I'm sure most of it is exaggeration. Not that much of it, I reckon. I just passed the remains of a rat just back there. These woods are littered with the dead of the untold story, the centuries. They call it the Bone Shore. The dead? Why there are so many? Where do they come from? Some are from battles, Some are, some, some are from battles, some the lake. The currents bring them here from all across Valia. How did you get here? I didn't pass you on the way down. Oh, this place is full of secrets. There are hidden passages running all over. Would you show them? Would you show me some? What do you think? Can you help me some? No, not tonight. This is my time, Mouse. If you still want help in the morning, come see me at the forge. And bring your purse. Do you never sleep? Not anymore. Not really. Sure, very good idea to become insane. Remain silent. I miss it sometimes, the lake. Were on the lake once? In my youth, I. Never know. Perhaps you will return to it one day. No, I'm needed here. They say the lake wasn't always here. That Valia was once a great plain stretching off beyond the horizon. I wonder what lies beneath the waters. Some things are best left undisturbed. The old songs tell not of the lake, but of Valia's plain. Sing one if you like. But I don't know which song that is. It's not this one. It's not this one. Maybe it's this one. Maybe. No. 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 Maybe. You're right, Mouse. This lake is a grave. So many ships, so many sailors. Some nights you can still see the blue of the dying light shining out from the lake bed. Dying lights are blue flames that burn cold and without a need for fuel. They cannot be extinguished by traditional means. The precise alchemical process that gave birth to them has long been forgotten, but they are still used to this day aboard Valia's wealthier ships. Their steadfast flame